Good morning. It is Fun Funnel Friday, and I'm wearing my Friday gray shirt. Apparently, this is my Friday uniform. Today on Fun Funnel Friday, we are talking all things challenges. So, typically come on Fridays and talk about some aspect of funnel building or funnel strategy. It typically is sparked by what I'm either doing or working on that week or something that I've seen a lot of in my newsfeed or email. And two topics have come up quite frequently in the last week or so, and especially this morning as I was mindlessly scrolling through Facebook looking for inspiration. And these two things are the importance of your email list and email marketing, and then also the importance of marketing moments and growing your list. Best way that I know how to do that is through challenges. Another topic that came up this week is I am working through a client with a very well-known, respected, and well-paid business coach, business and visibility coach. And one of the things I talked about was challenges and how her audience gets direct access to her without paying, only through a challenge. And so I thought, okay, that's more evidence that challenges are definitely the way to go when it comes to visibility, warming up your list, warming up a cold audience, and then growing your list and all of that. So I thought today on Fun Funnel Friday, we would talk about all things challenges. And I think this is a theme we're talking about as well on our I Am Possible marketing podcast, TV, vlog. Not really sure what we're calling it, but we're talking challenges as well on our podcast. And so it's an excellent bleed over, and I can kind of dive more into the challenge funnel, the methodology of it all, and all that good stuff. I'm just going to take a couple seconds. I'm going to make sure that we're actually live on Facebook. Okay, great. So I can see comments if they come in. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is your email list and email marketing. Email marketing is not dead. And recently I watched I don't know if we call it a documentary, probably not, more like a movie or something like that, called The Social Dilemma. Now, if you haven't watched this movie, it's on Netflix. I'm positive it's on Netflix in the US and Canada. I don't know anywhere. But if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you do. I watched it recently, and it basically was talking about like our social dilemma. So how social media was created and what it was created for, and then kind of what it's evolved into, and how marketing and all this stuff, the algorithm, how everything is designed to keep us in the app. And it's a lot like a casino, where there's like and lights and smells and whatever, whatever it is that keeps people in a casino. Social media is kind of designed the same way. So the algorithm is designed to keep you engaged, to figure out what will keep you engaged and what will keep you on the platform. And so it's why we've been super successful as marketers on social media platforms, to be to market to an audience, because the algorithm knows so much about our audience that it knows who it's trying to reach. Why am I telling you about the social dilemma and about social media and casinos and all of that? Because we don't know what the future of social media is going to be like, say, a year from now, 5 years from now. In my mind, I'm kind of hoping for my child's sake that there are some regulations that are going to go into place when it comes to social media. But what does that mean for us as marketers when we are trying to run Facebook ads? Still in this day, in this marketing climate, Facebook is still the cheapest way and place to run paid traffic. So pay per click is kind of expensive, but Instagram and Facebook are still the cheapest way to do it, because you can reach a massive amount of people with a short amount of time or budget or whatever. But we don't know what that is going to look like a year from now. Mark Zuckerberg has gotten into a bit of hot water when it comes to privacy and, what he does with our data, what data he can collect, et cetera. So we don't know what that is going to look like for us as marketers a year from now. So it is so important, especially now, that we focus on growing our email list, because email marketing is not dead. People will always have email. They will always check email. And so if you're not growing your email list and nurturing your email list, then you really are leaving a lot of money on the table. So the best way that I know how to grow your email list in bursts very quickly is through challenges. And I love challenges because it is a lot of it's a dedicated audience who's in a space with you for a period of time. So it could be 3 days, it could be 5 days. People are in this space with you for one purpose, which is to go through this challenge. So if you're reaching out to a cold audience into the Facebook world and you bring them into your email list and into like a group of some kind, you have a dedicated audience who's there to hear your message, to learn more about you, to get warmed up. And then whether they go on to buy your thing or not, they are now on your list and can be nurtured and sold to down the line. Some interesting things that I heard this past week, and I thought I would share that with you, because the methodology that we typically teach for challenges is that you run your challenge, whether it's 3 days, 5 days, however long you want to do your challenge. And then you open up your cart for whatever it is that you're selling after that. A really interesting thing that I heard this past, and it might be worth testing and trying, is the branding and visibility coach that I'm working with through another client happened to mention this week that they know that if somebody doesn't buy on the second day, by the second day of their challenge, that they are not going to buy. And I thought that was really interesting, because there's two ways that you can approach your challenge. You can be selling the entire time, which I had never really considered, but is an amazing idea. Or you can wait until the end of your challenge and then sell whatever it is that you're selling at the end of. So challenges do two things. They are great marketing moments. So you get a good infusion of people on your list. You can warm them up very quickly because they are all in your space a period of time dedicated to hearing your message or working through a problem or whatever. And then you can also get a great infusion of cash. So it's a great way to do your 5 and 6 figure launches, because then you have a good infusion of cash. People are buying your product after the challenge. I thought that was really fascinating. So this person knows that when they run challenges, they if somebody doesn't buy by the second day, they are not going to buy. What's also kind of fascinating about that is that it kind of takes a little pressure out of the cart open period, because you know that, like, whatever, for the most part, whatever sales you're going to make are going to happen within that challenge period. So I thought that was really fascinating. Okay, so the process of a challenge, if you don't know, if you are new to us and you haven't heard any of our other podcast episodes or Fun Funnel Fridays, the process of a challenge, basically you have a registration page. So you need a challenge topic, right? So usually it plants the seed for whatever it is that you're going to be selling ahead of time. So we are running a challenge ourselves. It starts next week. And if you haven't signed up for it, it's Black Friday Booyah, and that's BOOYAA. So Black Friday Booyah Challenge. If you haven't signed up for it, if you are a online marketer, online business owner, digital course creator, coach, whatever, if you sell a digital product or service, we're going to get you ready for Black Friday. So Black Friday sales are huge. It's an excellent way to put an infusion of cash into your business. And then, of course, in true challenge fashion, we will be selling something at the end of that. So if you haven't signed up for a challenge and you want to see how it's done, and if you want to get prepared for Black Friday, go to FridayBooyahChallenge.com to do that. So we have a registration page. The second step of your funnel is a tripwire typically. So ours is the Black Friday Toolkit, which I think is really good. It's email scripts, basically the whole like Black Friday email strategy swipe file. We've got some Canva templates, and we've got, oh gosh, it's one more thing. I'm drawing a blank now what the Black Friday toolkit is. One more thing, super amazing. It's a great toolkit. So if you haven't signed up for that and you want to purchase it, you definitely should do that. And then we engage inside of a Facebook group for 5 days where we are going to walk you through every single day a micro step. So key to your challenges. Every single day you walk them through something like a micro step, a micro success action step of some kind, so that they get a small win, that nice little dopamine hit, and then they're working towards achieving a goal of some kind. And then at the end of the challenge, you sell them into whatever upsell you want to sell them into. Now you could do that, or you could sell them the entire time. So as you're going live each day, you could sell them on day one even, right? Like, we have this thing that we think you are going to love, you know, into it now. So very interesting methodology that I heard today. I thought was really interesting. Already, that is the end of my Fun Funnel Friday and all things challenges. I really believe that the face of business is changing based on this COVID-19 era, that how we do business is going to change. And I think that social media is going to change. I hope social media is going to change a little bit over the next maybe 1 to 5 years. So what does that mean as marketers? It's so important to grow your email list, and how we do that. The best way I know how to grow your email list and warm them up as quickly as possible is through a challenge. You can do challenges. You can do them with selling something on the back end, or you can not sell something on the back end and just strictly use it as a marketing moment. It's totally up to you. We highly recommend that you monetize it in some way, but there are some people that don't sell anything at the end of challenges, and it's just as a way of bringing on more people and warming them up faster so that they can sell them through their email list down the line. So I hope this was useful. Fun Funnel Friday, as always. I am here on Friday mornings talking about something that I came across this week or that week, or something that burning questions that you guys might have. If you do have a question about funnels that you would love for me to answer specifically, feel free to drop them in the group, and I'd be more than happy to do that. Have an amazing day, guys.